Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play. It's Blood. Oh my god, I cannot remember this game's name to save my life. But we're playing it, whatever it's called. Yeah, don't think we can go up from here. Don't think we can go up from there. We definitely hit our end of the path there because that was like underwater. So, probably what makes them... Oh, hold on, there's a message. There's a little icon that probably means this is where an enemy that we need for a quest can be found. I think that's what that green scroll is. So, maybe the smartest thing for us to do would be to go back to those places. Yeah, we're going to be getting things like double jump and, like, magically shoot up in the air somehow. That is going to make maneuvering around in some of these screens way more simple. But they always give us the capacity to get where we need to go early. It's just much harder. Ooh. He's got a pretty sweet death scream, I gotta admit. Seems I'm better off getting past them and letting the backhand action take care of those. Crap. So the drop didn't stay on screen and is not there for us on the next screen. Oh, is this a demon dog? One of the guys that we got to kill for? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we got another quest to successfully report back on now. So it's still marked on the map. It is not, which means right about where I turned around last time, there was another enemy that we could kill for quest purposes. So maybe we should just like try to get all those before we come back. There's no reason not to equip the... Yeah, it automatically equipped. I mean, maybe we should just use a sword for a bit. We've only really got the one to work with. And it would be a pretty significant drop. Okay, I doubt the lowest level sword boost passive will overcome that damage difference. So we can either consider getting a better sword, or just kind of ignoring that sword passive for now. Meanwhile, if we want pizza, we need mocha oil. It's a known fact. We got caught in that time. Those archer guys, I remember getting on my nerves a lot. Mostly because of that attack. The jump back, the fadeaway jerk handshake. No, the fadeaway shoot you in the face attack. The face full of stuff attack. Except that's not what it is. I wonder which of these enemies it is that they care about us killing. Well, I don't think it's Plume Parma. It would be a bit silly if that was... My husband was murdered by flying pigs! Destroy the murdering swine! Hey, swine kind of works there. Okay, we already had Flytrap, which is why she didn't go... Ah! And we didn't pause to get an explanation screen. But it would appear that, we still got that thing. Let's see, which of these quests would it be? So we got a couple to complete. Brigadine is not complete. Snack quests. Okay. Report back. Quest issuer Lindsay Barbados. I think those are the archer guys. So take out one more. I'm not going to bother to do it right this second because probably we'll come across more on other screens. Hello.
Fancy a ride?
Don't pay the ferryman. Don't even set a price.
Why? Are you offering one?
That's kind of implied.
I could take you someplace most interesting.
I'll take you someplace good.
The rub, of course, is that obstacle standing squarely in our path. See?
I did notice, but right now his character model is blocking it.
I doubt I would be able to push it aside.
Maybe with the repeated drop kicks.
A shame you don't have a giant hand. Ah, a wild and crazy thing one could do with a giant hand.
You could crank it with ease. So indeed, one of our next major quests is to find the thing that lets us move that object, because that will transport us to a new zone in the map that we cannot reach. But we are not ready for that just yet. I have no recollection of how one does this. I played through the entire game, but there's some really obscure places to look to figure some of these things out. I fully expect to be using the FAQ at some point, even though I've already played through the game once. He's got a dramatic death. I gotta give it to him. X is gonna give it to him. Vertical splash. We got a Morgenstern. Morgenstern, hot golden moon. I guess that's just Morgan. What is that expression? Morgenstund, hot golden moon? I don't remember. It's like in the morning time, but I don't remember the actual correct word. I know what hot golden moon, though. That is a thing for sure. Several months have passed since I wandered into the castle. I have managed to survive thus far by rummaging through treasure chests without the monsters taking notice. Will I find something palatable today? For once, I'd like to crack a chest open and find a mouth-watering hunk of meat. A hunk of man! We don't actually know the gender or orientation of the person who wrote that note. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, maybe this one actually isn't breakable. I remember this hallway with the full blood moon in the background. This is going to be important a lot later. Gold coins for beating that thing up. We have a silver points. We'd go at least 15 before we'd call it worthwhile. HP max, celebrating now that I got HP max. So if I were to drop down here, we'd go back to a room we've already been to. So it might be a quick shortcut out of here, but it's not currently a good idea. So we should have finished our quest now. Like I said, I didn't think it would be necessary to backtrack to find these guys. And the situation you got there is the primary reason why I like the Claymore / Greatsword weapon. It's kind of got its bad moments. Like if a guy lands on you and you've got invincibility frames and your instinct is to slam the attack button to kill them while you're both right there, you're gonna get just kind of locked. You'll just keep taking damage from the enemy because the Claymore takes so long to get off its attack. The whip, borderline that slow, but not quite as slow, which is why it kind of worked. Oh, little friendly ghost. Not that friendly, but he was gone up to say hello, that's for sure. Not do that right. It looks like had I dropped in any other way than the way I dropped, we could have gotten that treasure chest. But again, some of these things way easier to collect if you wait till later. But if they give you a way to collect it early, you probably want to collect it, because if you wait to collect it later, whatever the contents are, probably aren't going to matter that much. Anyway, we got this rather irritating room to clear again. Artemis, and he's just found out the Negaverse set a trap. It's like the little kittens have lost their mittens. So, goofy moment in the Sailor Moon dub. Don't worry about it too much. Don't think we can get there easy enough once we get the double jump. Don't remember when we get the double jump. Fairly soon, I want to say. Smoke oil. I mean, it's worth killing these guys, even if you can jump over them, just because smoke oil can be useful. Level up bitches. He's an archer, so of course he's going to drop rounds for our gun. Okay, so... I dropped straight down on this side, and that did not work. Might not have a lot of choice about how I drop down if I'm knocked down by an enemy damaging me. I want to say this... Yeah, there you go. That was a purchasable weapon, so I'm glad we didn't purchase it, because we just got one free. And that's Melting Bone, Mithridite, and Obsidian. And a new area, which includes a treasure chest. Lethal boots. Preferred fashion footwear of lethal feline. Ask for it by name. Lethals ask for it by name. It's like their meow mix. That's what lethal felines is like. Anytime he talks, he's like a cat. He doesn't use different words in different situations. Just repeats over and over. Lethal boots. He's a Pokemon who thinks his name is Lethal Boots and not Lethal Feline. I'm being silly, and I'm not really sure what I intend to get out of this. Yeah, you know, I'm saying I'm going to try not to go crazy with the grinding for shards, since I already did quite a bit of it in the early game shards, which is one of the reasons this attack is pretty damn effective right here. It is as powerful as we can have it at this point in the game. Not one hitting the tougher enemies, but 2 hits is enough to kill pretty much any regular enemy we're encountering at this point. As I say that, it only takes 2 hits of the freaking Thorn Whip, so what the hell. But it's significantly safer than the Thorn Whip. Also, that fly trap thing seems to have a pretty high drop rate, which unfortunately suggests it's probably kind of crap. They usually make you work to level up the really good attacks. Maybe someday I'll try it on screen and we'll find out. I don't have anything even close to perfect map recall this game, but I'm kind of under the impression if we keep working our way left here, there's a whole path to the bottom that I maybe just ignored, or maybe it's blocked off. I feel like if we keep working this way, we're going to get to a teleport room, which will actually be the fastest way then to get back to the... Oh. You can actually get away with walking over those things for a second before the trap closes up. Unfortunately, I think I remember where you get the whip power-up passive, and it's kind of late in the game. Not like super late, but yeah, sword is a pretty standard weapon to use. I guess it makes sense they gave you that access to that passive pretty early. If you're willing to take the hit that is walking through their body, those guys are pretty slow to turn around. And there's palette swap versions of them later where the hit points are sufficient that you're going to want some kind of tactic like that. Yeah, these guys I fought a bunch of off-screen in my first playthrough because I decided I liked the Giramund attack. I feel like that's one of the enemies we had to kill, but we already killed enough. And by had to kill, I mean for that quest, you know what I'm talking about. orbital wheel. Create a defensive barrier by spinning your spear. Okay. Try to remember that's there and look it up later if we go to using lances. And okay, I was right. My memory did not fail me there. There is a shortcut back to be found. But since we're here, let's see what else there is to find before we take that handy-dandy shortcut. Fine healing item R. What? A recipe for a fine healing item. Ah. I thought maybe that's what that recipe... Whatever. I guess we give that to Dude Man and he makes fine healing stuff. And she sits like a lady. Not giving you any peeks that you shouldn't be getting. True arrow. Loose an arrow in the designated direction. Some of these, like, if the name isn't really grabbing my attention, I'm not even gonna, like... Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay. Just realized what's beyond that door. I'm kind of glad... Like, I'm kind of lucky it gave me a chance to turn around, because I didn't save. I just healed up. That was a boss door. I kind of blanked on that. Killing that boss is going to be a major step forward. There's not a ton of bosses in this game. But let's get back to town, get what plot we can. I guess there's more shots than I realized that are upskirt, but she's wearing, like, you know, bloomers. It's not like she's got a freaking thong bikini on her. Even, like, you know, white cotton schoolgirl panties. She's kind of dressed in a way. Or even when they have her going up, even when they give you a little upskirt, it's not quite as ludicrous as it could be.
Got any targets for me?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
You have not slain an Iga yet. Stemlo. Watch out for snakes. We can avenge Lindsay. No, she's the issuer. We can avenge Annette.
Good work. Here's your reward.
Hemp, which was an ingredient for a few things we were interested
Here's
in.
what I've turned up on the
And I'm not even
monsters.
trying to be cute there. A brigadine, which is an item we need for that other quest. Again, they kind of
Have you
dovetail.
learned anything new?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Obsidian, I don't know what we're going to be using that for, but it does seem like something that would show up in some cool recipes. Well, we probably have plants to... We ready to harvest yet?
I finished the harvest.
Yeah.
Here's your share.
I finished the harvest. Oh, then I could have worked out a tough fart. It
Here's
wasn't a
a
fart
plant
noise, it was
something.
the sound of me grunting at my own silent but deadly. We're back to having an equal number of all seeds, which means
Sure.
just kind of cycle through again.
This is the keepsake I'm looking for. Right.
I'm
see if
Scottish,
I can
never
find
else is English. Just making you aware. Accept the quests. I thought we already had. Thank you.
How are you?
Pleased to meet you. Thank you. Alright, so, Brigandine's probably better than the armor we have, but let's trade it in for pizza.
Here's what you asked
I might be
for.
regretting this if we start dying against that boss.
This is it. That's one more villager we can lay to rest. Here's your reward.
Pizza times
This is
3.
the keepsake. Right.
Now she wants bat wings, which I actually do have again. So let me remove the bat wings, which I think is the name of this scarf. I can make another one. And yeah, sometimes
This
you
is
just
the
get
keepsake.
a couple of these
Right.
quests in a row where you've already got what you need, and then you get one that stymies you for hours of gameplay. Thank you. Pleased to
Hello.
meet you. Thank you.
Here's what you asked for. This is it.
Chocolate cake.
This is
That
the
is great.
keepsake. Right.
This is chocolate cake. Toy shoes.
Thank you.
Oh no, that's a reward. She wants,
Hello.
what does she want? Brava Bura. I kind of remember that weird foreign-sounding name as being the stall point for me on these quests for quite a while. Not that the ingredients might not be available soon if I knew where to farm. It's just something that did not comes straight to mind. She does not have new... Okay, so I gotta find an Iga. And then I'll get the sword whip, which might be a sword, might be a whip. I honestly don't know. I think she wanted pizza. She wanted something flat with a gooey topping. That sounds like she means pizza.
Is there anything else you'd like?
Yes,
I'll help you.
Round and top with something gooey and stretchy. Would you give us convex glasses?
I suppose.
Oh, well, she gives us a little
stick
preview
around.
picture. That helps.
Did you bring?
Did you bring it? Just bring it, the rock says.
That's it. How did you know? Oh, I can't wait to try it.
Does that mean she's never had this dish before, or she just can't wait to try the one we brought?
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, pizza's good stuff, man.
Save some for me?
That is not a thing that
I
happens.
feel a little better.
You're welcome.
You'll get through this by the power of pizza.
Is there anything else?
Yes,
I'll help you.
So now she wants finger food. Says the oil gets all over your hands. And the reward is some kind of katana. Fried finger food. That could mean any of several things, but once we accept,
yes,
there will be a little
I'll help
picture,
you.
which might help. She could be talking about like them Japanese, what do they call it, like hibachi?
there anything
What is the...
yes.
I'll.
I suppose I'll
Oh.
stick around and wait.
I'm not sure what that's meant to represent, but if we already have one in our inventory, it'll be obvious. I don't think we have that in our inventory. Oh, but in the meantime, that's actually a couple of foods we can eat. We don't need to eat them in front of our friend, the alchemist, who, despite what he said, doesn't seem to get any when we do that.
Scrumptious.
So we get permanent boosts from these things. Can probably get first time bonus mind +1. I think we can get another fried egg.
Scrumptious.
If that's what she's asking for in a later quest, I believe we'll be able to get another one. We can go ahead and freely take our bonus.
Staying up late tonight?
Yes,
So,
I am.
What'll it be?
It's fine. I'm a grown-ass man. I can decide to do that. Prepare. Okay, fried potatoes. Basically, French fries. I wasn't quite getting it from the smaller version of the picture. And that was, I was going to guess. I mentioned like those fried tempura, do they call it? When they fry the shrimp and stuff and put on a stick. Because this was, I was thinking Asian. But yeah, I mean, fried, greasy finger food, I'm thinking either in the States, you're talking usually either chicken fingers or fried potatoes. French fried potatoes. Flour is something we can actually get our hands on, though. So, we can actually buy
Alfred was your
flour.
master, wasn't he?
Yes, it was a consensual relationship, but eventually he pushed the lifestyle aspects too far.
Former master. Why?
Well, he was your master. That would make him your former... Look, are you going to get all semantic bullshitty with me?
I don't know. I was just wondering if you remember anything about him that I don't.
Yeah, he was kind of a douchebag.
Fair enough. As I recall, he was studying ways of drastically slowing down objects.
He wanted to be able to cheat and win speedruns.
He was a genius, to be quite honest. But I have no respect for that now.
Why not?
The book.
Because he fought against sacrificing you right to the final moment. Only to change his mind like a coward.
Or somebody who'd realize that she's just not that important in the grand scheme of things. The cruel calculus of war. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one, even if she is kind of cute.
I see. Thank you.
Danny. I think it's Dan, not Danny. Anyway, let's buy some flour. We may trigger some plot dialogue with Lady Cakes here.
I have something new to offer you.
Plot info? No, apparently not.
What are you looking to buy?
What you looking for? Yeah, flour, 200. There's going to come a
Is
point
this
much
right?
later in the
Many
game.
thanks.
Well, not that much later, honestly. But there's going to come a point later where I probably want to have, like, of the cheap ingredients that we can just buy from her. I'm probably going to want to have a couple on hand at all times, just so that things that we can cook that we weren't able to cook previously will kind of pop to my attention more. As a matter of fact, you know what?
Is this right? Then we have a deal. Is this right? Many thanks.
Probably just want to have a
Is this
few
right?
of
Thank
each
you.
of these around.
Is this right? Then we have a deal.
It's
Is this right? Thank you. Is this
they will
right?
drop
Many
from
thanks.
regular old enemies,
Is
but
this right? Thank you.
and right now, actually, her menu must expand greatly. So we drop from almost 10 to get. It's almost a quarter of our money I just spent, but it'll probably be worth it. To these, to a much lesser extent, I might want to actually do that. Same thing here. And I remember, I have an 8-bit coin. I could go back to that whip if I wanted to, but it doesn't seem like the best use. There might be a better weapon. You know what the better weapon would be. Halite, salt extracted from rocks, which was a recipe item at one point, which seems
Is this
weird.
right? Thank you. Is this many thanks? Is this
And any
right?
of these that
Many
require
thanks. Is this
two-
right? Thank you. Is this thank you? Is this right? Many thanks. Is this right? Then we have a deal. Is this right? Thank you.
Not that many
Is this
require
right?
3 of the
Then
same
we have a
ingredient.
deal.
It's
Is
not
this right? Then we
unheard
have a
of.
deal.
But this, yeah, this just might mean that there's recipes. I won't just go around making stuff without looking whether we need it, but stuff will pop that I wouldn't even have considered. I wouldn't bother to scale down to before. Oh, but this is purchasing. What am I doing? I shouldn't still be here. Sadly, we can't buy that Brigadoon or whatever it was. Bat wings are now available. $800. It might be actually better to just.
Thank you. I'll be.
I thought you'd have plot stuff. Actually, I really did.
Staying up late tonight? So,
Yes.
what'll it be?
Again, it's my business. All right, gunpowder times 3, eh? That might actually be worth working on eventually. Swords are the junk. Now that we actually have Blue Skies Doom Real Rhyme Boots. Oh, these are the 8-bit coin ones. Shield weapon. A weapon that functions as a shield. Sword attack 20. Then we have another sword. Its name is Goofy Code. I have a sword that purifies evil with its divine light. Not that great a damage, but it gives you, Moonlight shaped into a blade reflects the user's true self. Quite a few cross weapons. Originally created by a secretive brotherhood, gives strength in times of need. I wish there was a shortcut to what those icons mean. You can find them in the appendix, but it'd be nice to be able to jump straight to them. Certain ruler of the universe's sword. Its power has faded. Yeah, it's not really doing anything that's special. Lightning sword with not great. Shield sword might be interesting. And just like now that we know, ooh, alchemical shoes designed for guests, both welcome and not. They can poison. That's blood grinder, a cruel and bloody sword of death, merciless upon the flesh. I need to bear some of this in mind. Anyway, this is an easy thing to replace. Of course, we can now get this because we're looking for hemp. Great sword expertise. Sword expertise times Claymore 1. Now, oh, I forgot. Yeah, some of these... Okay, that's true. Some of the passives you get from other passives. Kung Fu shoes. Did you make note of that? A katana expertise, which is sword... But the whip, I think, is its own thing you just gotta find. Bunny scarf. We're not gonna get that for a little bit. This actually, even if I don't use guns, this is still a thing that's better overall stats than the Batwings.
I'll go with this.
So we will do that. Don't want to overuse our hemp, though.
All done.
Strengthens fire ability. Tea dress, a light dress made for tea parties. Apparently better in every way than what I'm using. I think I'm still using camise. No, I'm using scale armor. Apron is better than scale armor. Tea dress, a dress is better than apron. This gives you extra fire defense. This gives you a little bit extra of your other stats. Clearly better unless you're fighting something that does fire. In which case, if this next boss uses fire, I don't remember for a fact, but I think it might. So I may end up regretting getting the tea dress. Honestly, though, beast spray, bunny ears, a cowboy hat, and the cowboy scarf might make a gun a good idea.
There.
For a while.
All done.
This isn't too much. Yeah, let's get the blunderbuss. I know we can buy it, but weapons are always expensive when you buy them from her.
I like it.
Ooh, ooh. Oh, that makes me hot, I gotta admit it.
Johannes, how was it you figured out a way
Now
to
she's
stop
all
the crystal
cowboyed
from
up.
corrupting me?
Cowboy shit! Cowboy shit!
I hate to say it, but I borrowed a bit from Alfred's research.
About ways that Batman was stopped from becoming a shard carrier.
He was studying ways to slow down objects. My attempts only worked when I placed Enochian script equivalent to what he chose in the same circular pattern.
I think I understand. Sort of.
We haven't explained what Enochian scripture is, but whatever.
Do you now?
I understand that you're far smarter than me.
Do you now? Oh, it's so amusing when girls try to understand things.
And a poor teacher, apparently.
But, you're kicking all the monsters' asses, so I guess I better just watch myself here. Well, I've gone all cowboy, build here. Tell you what, I kind of want to call it a session. One more video would have us taking on a boss. I really should call it a session, though. It's getting late. I can't help it, though. I gotta at least try this boss out once. If I have a whole failure video against the next boss, so be it. I'll quit. But if we can beat the boss, and I can set this game aside and come back next time with more exploration in front of me, I'll be in a good mood. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll come back next time, guys. There's a boss to be fought. I just switched to cowboy gear. Is that because I remember guns being super effective? No, it's because we stumbled across two different things that improve guns at the same time. So we'll probably try guns. And if guns don't work, we'll probably go back to a more traditional approach. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time when we take on the next boss. Bye-bye.